Hi, guys. I'm Ree of Coffee and Cream Talk, here to give you your daily dose of caffeinated commentary. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Want your next daily dose of caffeinated commentary? Then make sure you follow and subscribe to Coffee and Cream Talk on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Coffee Cream Talk across all platforms. And don't forget to go to coffeeandcreamtalk.com to join our mailing list so that you can get the latest updates and lots of fun things in your inbox. We've got a very special announcement. Just a quick FYI that soon you'll be able to subscribe to Coffee and Cream Talk on our Facebook page. That's right, if you're a fan of this channel, if you find the tips useful and helpful, you enjoy the content and the unfiltered commentary and the discussion among like minded individuals, then you'll now be able to support the Facebook page and receive bonus content that's only available to subscribers, as well as a few other perks. Make sure you're on the lookout for that Facebook subscribe button and sign up once you see it. All right. Well, as the old saying goes, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And that's precisely what Bachelorette Rachel Lindsay has done, as she's agreed to pay her soon to be ex husband, Brian Albasolo, $10,000 per month in alimony. All right. So if you didn't know, the first black bachelorette is now getting divorced from her husband. I mean, it is what it is, right? These relationships don't work out. That's typically how it goes in reality TV land. Not a surprise. But she has to now pay him $10,000 a month. That's what she's agreed to. See, this is what happens when you are so doggone desperate to be married until you do so by any means necessary. And you'll say, well, why do you assume that Rachel was desperate to be married? Because, okay, if you watch the show, you'll understand. Rachel is an attorney, all right? She's a lawyer by trade. Yet, as someone who knows the law and practices the law, she decided that it simply was not worth it to get her husband to sign a prenup because she didn't want to make it a big deal. Okay? She didn't want to make a big deal about it. Let's break that down. See, the bottom line was she wanted him to sign it and he didn't want to sign one. And obviously, that was a major roadblock. So instead of opting to cancel that whole engagement, to cancel this relationship, to protect her own interests, she wanted to be married to him so badly that she decided that a prenup was no longer necessary, that it just was not necessary at all. Because if she'd insisted upon a prenup, if she'd insisted upon his signature, he would have walked away. And that's precisely what she did not want. She did not want to be not married, right? She didn't want to be single anymore. She wanted to get married. She wanted to be able to call herself a wife, somebody's wife. Now, if you watch the show, like I said, if you watch the show explained it all. Her season on The Bachelorette, okay? Remember Peter Krause? Remember him? Okay. That was her first choice. He was her first choice. And he walked away because he said he couldn't marry her after only knowing her for a few weeks of filming the show, right? He said he liked her, but he was not going to just performatively ask for her hand in marriage. He said he didn't want to do that. Now, okay, there's all kinds of problems with that. Of course. Why are you going on a show called The Bachelorette and you have no interest in actually proposing? Okay. Absolutely problems with Peter. I got a lot of problems with Peter, and I say a lot. Not really a lot, but that was certainly an issue. It was also an issue that he said he had, I guess, mostly black friends, but had never dated a black woman. Like, okay, what are you talking about? Like, that doesn't even make sense. You show me the white or the black guy who's got mostly white friends, but he's never dated a white woman. Like, it's not adding up here. So there were issues with Peter. I'm not saying Peter was the perfect candidate, but there were issues with Peter. But she definitely was much more into Peter than she was into Brian. Okay. Peter came across as a better guy, a better option than Brian during the season as well. Um, it that's just how you can say it was editing, you can say whatever, but that's what it was. And all the editing in the world could not have put all that together with Rachel crying in Peter's suite, begging him to propose to her, like literally crying till her eyelashes were on the floor. Okay. She was begging him, please just propose. We don't have to get married. Just do it. Just do it. And I get it. I get for the sake of the cameras. I understand that you do not want to be the first black bachelorette and then you don't get the proposal. I get that. I understand that. But once again, these shows are all fake. So what you do is you get the proposal. She could have gotten the proposal from Brian. That would have been just fine. You get the proposal from Brian. You don't go through with the marriage, and then you go date Peter because that's who you really wanted anyway. Like, there's ways around this. You did not have to marry the man, but because she was incredibly hurt and embarrassed by Peter's actions because she wanted that proposal on national TV, okay, she went and settled for Brian. All right. So she got it. She got the wedding. She got the ring. She got the proposal. She got the dress. She got the ceremony and all that. And now, 4 years later, okay, because it's only been 4 years ago, 4 years later, she's stuck with that bum and the bill. The bum and the bill she's got now. Okay. That's what she got. For all of Rachel's desperation, she and Brian were only married for 4 years. They barely lived together in the same home or state, and they share no children. And now Rachel is footing the bill for a grown man simply because she wanted to be a wife by any means necessary. Now, mind you, okay, Rachel is agreeing to pay him $10,000 a month. That's just what she's agreed to. What does that mean? That means that Brian has asked for more than $10,000 a month. She's just agreeing, I'll give you $10,000. That means he's asked for more. She married that man to prove to Peter, to prove to ABC, to prove to naysayers, and to herself that she could get married. And now she's got an impending divorce, a deadbeat of an ex, and a monthly reminder to the tune of $10,000 for the foreseeable future. And you can't convince me that being married to that man for all of 5 minutes was worth the lifelong foolishness that she's now signed up for. She's forever linked to that man who never protected nor provided for her. And he refuses to move out of her house at this point, citing his need for emergency spousal support. All right. So, this is why you do not rush into marriage. This is why you properly date first. And this is why it's necessary for men to properly court you. Okay. And sadly, just this bachelorette mess just goes from bad to worse. Because, like I said, if Rachel agreed upon $10,000 to give Brian, then most likely that meant he was requesting more than that amount. Well, just a few days ago, Brian relayed that $10,000 was not enough, that was an insulting amount. And he says he needs at least $16,000 a month from Rachel. All right. Doesn't he say that again? $16,000 a month. Okay. This able bodied, supposed to be licensed chiropractor needs his wife of less than 4 years to support him financially to the tune of at least $16,000 a month. All right. According to Brian, he's become used to a certain kind of California standard of living, and he needs the money in order to survive and maintain his lifestyle. And peep this, he's also dismayed that Rachel has allegedly changed the passwords to their streaming services so he can no longer watch his favorite movies and TV shows. So he wants $16,000 a month and the streaming codes so that he can live comfortably in California. Once again, this is what it looks like when Black women are so extremely desperate to be married. You'll pick any fool who's willing to go along just so you can finally call yourself a wife. Now she's running at warp speed to call herself an ex-wife. So my question is, was it worth it? Ma'am, was it worth it? It could not have been. Not at all. Not even a little bit. And last week, Rachel admitted that she tends to date based on potential instead of paying attention to red flags, right? She dates based on potential. So that means if she dated based on potential, then she married based on potential. And once again, this is the kind of illogical foolishness that really bites Black women in the butt. So ultimately, she knew that things weren't on the up and up with Brian. She knew it. But because she wanted to be married, because she wanted to prove to Peter Krause, because she wanted to prove it to ABC that a Black bachelorette would get the ring and the wedding, because she wanted to prove to herself, she settled for a life with Brian. And what a life it has been, right? And I'm putting life in quotation marks because that's not a life to have where you have to now give a man you don't even have kids with. He's living in your house. You didn't even live together. 4 years, and now you got it. Now you're agreeing to 10,000 and he wants 16. Come on. And I'll remind you again, Rachel is an attorney, okay? An attorney who opted against a prenup because Brian didn't want to sign one. And she didn't want that to be the reason why he wouldn't marry her. Desperation is a terrible, terrible look. Please do not be desperate, ladies. Please do not be desperate. Please do not settle. Men, regardless of race, are not the end all and be all of anything, okay? So, ladies, please choose well, choose wisely, be smart. So, you've seen the pictures, and you've seen the pictures, you've seen the headlines, you've seen all this about Rachel and Brian, okay? You've heard what I think. Now tell me your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Want your next daily dose of caffeinated commentary? Then make sure you follow and subscribe to Coffee and Cream Talk on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Coffee and Cream Talk across all platforms. And don't forget to go to coffeeandcreamtalk.com to join our mailing list so that you can get the latest updates and lots of fun things in your inbox. And of course, don't forget our very special announcement. Remember that soon you'll be able to subscribe to Coffee and Cream Talk on our Facebook page. That's right. If you are a fan of this channel and you find the tips useful and helpful, you enjoy the content, the unfiltered commentary, and the discussion among like minded individuals, you'll now be able to support the Facebook page. And you'll be able to receive bonus content that's only available to subscribers, as well as a few other perks. So make sure you're on the lookout for that Facebook subscribe button and sign up once you see it. All right. See you next time.